Hey everyone, it's Tim and Walker at Full Spectrum Laser, and welcome to Laser Talk Live. Live every Wednesday.
Yeah.
Every other Wednesday.
Every other Wednesday. Right.
Switched it up on you and me. Today we have a fun show. You just watched our Ferris wheel. We did this big build, Nick and I, a while back.
This is before I was here.
Yeah,
before my time.
Before young Timothy was even born.
I'm older than you.
The beard, I guess, it really tells. So Nick and I would say mostly Nick, designed it. It was an awesome build. I actually went all crazy, and of course, like most stories, I went all crazy with it. It didn't really work out. Panic mode, and then he's like, "Yeah, let's take over."
More on that later.
More on that later. I like to go all out, or not at all, or crash and burn. Some more crashing than burning lately. So,
fly too close to the sun, your wings get melted.
Yeah, that's so true. So the Ferris wheel build was really fun because Nick and I worked on it together. And Solar Express, to kind of give you a background, Tim, I don't know if I even told you, each pod represents a planet.
Oh, you did tell me that, yeah.
And then I designed the original one as an old school kid with Pluto in mind. So we made...
It's old science.
I know. It's not a planet anymore, so that's why you saw the crashed pod. We made it without Pluto, and Pluto crashed. And
Poor Pluto.
Poor Pluto.
Poor
I took all...
Celestial dwarf.
Yeah, there you go. That's the name. I took all the triangles from the actual cuts in the... and then made kind of that like explosion piece.
Aha.
There you go. That was using scraps. I think that was the only time I really utilized scraps in a project.
It worked out pretty well. I like the jutting out of. It looks like it's crashed into the.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Hot glue and scraps. It works.
It loses a little bit just because in the video and as of right now it's on a glass table. So
oh yeah. What's going on? So we're talking big builds. We're also going to cover the difference, very clear, the difference between CO2 and fiber lasers.
Yes.
And
settling it once and for all.
Once and for all. There's some decent videos out there that tell you the difference, but they really don't cover the actual like applications and materials.
A lot of them are really technical and they go really in depth into like the science behind it, which is really cool. But in terms of like, okay, but what does that mean? Like, what laser should I get for what I want to do? Yeah,
it doesn't really tell you very well. So we'll go into depth with that, and then at the end we'll have the Q&A. As always, as of now, we will answer your questions. Speaking of that, do we have anybody on the comments?
Well, as of right now, we have 9 people watching currently. Just my mom and John Dezel have
said hello.
Commented so far, yeah. My mom making very sure to say hello to you.
Oh.
She didn't even say hi to me.
Well,
rude.
That's an everyday thing, right?
And then John says, hi everyone, and he also says that Jeanette is on another Zoom call. So
oh, well.
Has more important things to do, apparently. I get it.
That's fine. We'll take John any day.
Absolutely.
Over Jeanette.
My mom also says,
I'm scared.
My mom also says, I think you should have kept Pluto. I disagree.
She's old school too.
We have to change our. That's old science. It's not a planet.
I mean, yeah.
But if you include Pluto, you have to include Ceres, and like Eros and like all those other celestial dwarfs.
Every other, comet that happens to be trapped in orbit, right?
Right.
So I think we will jump into my big build, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna.
Are we calling it big build, or is it like
We can call it a big build.
Yeah, I think it's a big build.
So yeah, let's do that.
Big build.
Really, any excuse to use that bumper.
It's
one of my favorites.
Yeah. I was working on this for a couple of weeks. Hey, let's just go to the video, yeah?
Okay.
Let's watch it. Oh, we're looking at some vector marks. As you can see, we bumped up our game throwing power settings in the video. Yeah. So we have, and you can see this, the cut speed is extremely slow because this birch is extremely, what is it? Dense, fibrous, and lots of glue.
Fibrous.
It's fibrous and lots of glue. Yeah, I really don't want to give it what it is, really.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
I just figured we could kind of talk, because there's a reason this isn't formatted like a lot of our other videos like this. So that will become apparent at the end.
Man, look at that. That is too cool. The precision of the laser is amazing. I forgot I did this at my house, really. I totally forgot about this scene. This is like a dry fit. Like, hope everything works. And then, of course, I have to play with the gears.
Of course. Getting a little idea of what it is.
Yeah.
Joshua Corner says he loves the settings add to the video.
Thank you, Josh.
And I have those as a template, so hopefully those will be like a pretty frequent thing when we do videos like this.
Oh yeah, we'll throw them in all the time. I got paint all over the place, but imperfection was what I was going for. That rustic imperfection as I paint perfectly. Yeah. Now we got the pegs ready. That's where the gears are gonna live. We got some spacers on there. These spacers were actually pretty key when it came to the build. I didn't realize how much friction wood has. Just even, I had like these thin spacers at one point, still so much friction. Just due to the slight warping of the wood as well.
Friction is not your friend when you're trying to make compound gear systems like this.
Yeah, it was not a good call indeed.
Lena Dyer says she's digging it already.
Lena, is that a new name?
I think so.
Well, welcome, Lena.
She may have watched before, maybe just not commented.
Oh yeah, well, first time commenting, that's fine.
Oh man, look at it go.
Look at that. The key to success is making.
Is that what you're holding?
Yeah.
Is that the key to success?
Yes, and then on the other hand's a wrench, which is making.
The wrench of success.
Yes. Oh, so many jokes. See, that's just cool right there. I don't know about you.
Count your chips.
Count my chips. Welcome to Las Vegas. A little backstory on this guy. That guy will definitely need to be upgraded. 'Cause as soon as we had this guy going with the orbital gears, and then we added the arms in play, the torque was just not enough on this little motor. But if you're doing a project like this where it's just the orbital gears, awesome. You'll see in just a moment.
Lena Dyer says, I'm a long-time looker. Don't comment much. You guys featured some guitars I made for my kid to color for her birthday party about a year ago.
Oh yeah, I remember that now. I I always wondered if that was, I know Nick designed a guitar a while back.
I was gonna say a year ago was probably either before me or like right when I got it.
Yeah, definitely. Actually, I think you were.
Jim Barbour says, looking good on the build. There is a product called Slip It that is designed to lubricate wood for things like this.
Whoa, nice. Well, I have Dr. Walker's mystery oil. That's what I use.
Aha. Will we see that later?
We will definitely see that at the when this video is done.
I like this dry fit. The white background is very nice.
It's very professional. Oh no, it's a cliffhanger.
What happened?
So, like we were talking about earlier, I wanted to go really elaborate, and we were there. I was there.
I was gonna say, what's this wee stuff?
Yeah. I was there, and then the motor just didn't have enough torque. So I got on, old Amazon, went to order a motor, get it shipped 2 days like normal, but due to the situation, it's not essential, so that motor is like a week away.
Yeah.
So to be continued.
It'll be delivered between May 15th and October.
January. Yeah, exactly. In time for my birthday. So as soon as that motor gets in, that video will be done, and I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Yep, and that'll be like a full how-to video like we've been doing.
Full how-to, power settings for everything. What else? I think we should also do, well, it'll list off the materials.
Yeah.
I'm excited to finish it. It's really.
I'm excited to see it finish.
Me too.
I can see it. It's hanging up on the wall.
Yeah, the next part is going to be a bit difficult, but we'll see how that goes. Now, let's talk about fiber versus CO2. If you guys have any questions, put them down in the comments section. We will do the Q&A at the end after.
We've already got 2 questions for the Q&A section.
Awesome. So let's roll the fiber versus CO2 with the handsome gentleman, in the video.
Who could that be?
I don't know, dude.
I guess we'll find out. Hey everybody, it's Tim from Full Spectrum Laser, and we're going to be talking today about the differences between CO2 lasers and fiber lasers. So right now I'm standing in front of our PS48 that we use in-house. This guy is a 90 watt CO2 laser. CO2 lasers work on compressed gas in a tube. And with most CO2 lasers, they work on a gantry system like this, and that gives you a bit more freedom with bed size. Now, if we go over to fiber lasers, you're going to be somewhat limited to your bed size. Another great thing about CO2 lasers is the huge variety of materials that you can cut. You can do plastics, fabrics, different kinds of woods, all kinds of different organic material. Now, some of our fiber lasers can cut through metal. But if you need to do that, we're talking a very large industrial size machine like this guy right here. Now we do sell these, but these are a little bit more than your hobby fiber lasers. And they can cut through relatively thick metal, just like that. Now, if we head over into our fiber laser room, when we talk fiber lasers, we're typically talking about something like this. Now remember when I was talking about a little bit smaller bed size? When you're working with this guy, that's about all you've got. And even this is a little bit bigger. We're talking a 4.3 inch square, and with a lens upgrade, you can more than double that. It's pretty tiny. But the cool thing is it works on this galvo head. And basically what that means is there's a little set of mirrors that bounce around inside and move the laser extremely fast. Now, not all fiber lasers are on a galvo head. Like the one that I showed you out there, our big industrial metal cutter, works with a gantry. Same with the Muse fiber, also works with a gantry. Another thing to keep in mind with fiber lasers, especially ones with the galvo head, is how quickly you can engrave stuff. The last video that we just showed you is not sped up in any way, it's actual real time. Another thing that we get asked most frequently is, what can these cut? Now, fiber lasers aren't typically for cutting unless you're using a big industrial machine like outside. Now, you can cut metal, but it's going to be really, really thin stuff like this, and it's going to take multiple passes to get through. These machines, fiber machines especially, are really just for engraving. They're really great for engraving metal specifically, so you can do aluminum, copper, stainless steel, titanium, and one of the most popular applications for fiber lasers is engraving on firearms.
So how does all of this work? Since CO2 lasers and fiber lasers use different sources, they operate at different wavelengths. Fiber lasers operate at a much shorter wavelength, giving you a much higher absorption rate. All that means is when dealing with materials that typically reflect laser beams like metal, it'll absorb fiber lasers at a much higher rate than CO2 lasers. Keep in mind, however, fiber lasers also have a smaller focal point, so cutting through thick materials can be impractical. CO2 lasers are much better for this type of application. That said, due to their smaller focal point, fiber lasers can achieve much higher detail, and when using a galvo head, they can do so at very high speeds. Another advantage to fiber lasers is their general lack of maintenance needs. A fiber source doesn't need any warm-up time, and they aren't considered consumables, whereas CO2 laser tubes need to be replaced after a few years of use. Most fiber lasers don't use mirrors either, so there's no need for alignment. This advantage is not without a few caveats, however. Due to their solid-state nature, fiber sources are often much more expensive. This is apparent in the cost comparison between the two types of machines. CO2 laser systems are typically much more affordable. We hope this helps clear up any confusion between CO2 and fiber lasers. On my way out of the fiber laser room, I'll go back over all the machines we saw today.
Fiber galvo, CO2 flatbed, fiber metal cutter, and back to our Pro Series CO2. So I hope that kind of clears up the difference between fiber and CO2. A lot of people assume that fiber is just kind of like a beefed up CO2 and can just do so much more, but they're really apples and oranges. They're completely different. If you're looking to cut things, definitely go with the CO2. That's what they're built to do. If you're looking to engrave, especially like smaller items, especially metal, definitely go with the fiber, especially the galvo. So if you guys have any more questions, hit us up on social media. You can comment on this video, send us a direct message on Facebook, however you'd like, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. We're always willing to help out. And until next time, guys, keep making.
Great job, Tim.
Thanks.
You did a wonderful job.
Oh, thanks. Oh, geez.
If you guys have any other questions about fiber versus CO2 or anything in general, let us know. We will possibly add it to the video if it's something we missed.
Absolutely.
And or answer your questions in just a couple minutes. One thing that I did want to talk about that we didn't go over is our new website.
Ooh, new website.
So let's jump into the website. Yeah.
New website.
All right, that was an abridged version of the intro.
I like it. So let's go to FSLaser.com.
Off kilter. Let me move you over here.
And I wanted to show our new website to everybody out there that's watching. Either you're thinking about getting a machine or you already have a laser. This is going to make things a lot easier. Oh, I'm in a bubble. I just noticed that.
Yeah, you're in a bubble.
Yeah.
You know what I just noticed?
What?
Is that they changed the font of laser and they didn't tell me.
Yeah. We'll upgrade that.
All right.
Yeah. So brand new website. What's really good about customers is, well, for customers, about customers, they're amazing people. No, but for customers, the actual accessories and let's see, the parts. Why are you smiling?
This is the first time I've seen the website. And it's very nice.
Yeah, it's very clean, straightforward.
I knew that it was happening. I didn't know that it was live.
Yeah, man, get with it.
Editing all week, man.
I know.
Been adding power settings to videos.
So, actual parts for machines are a lot easier to order. And the search is pretty awesome. Let's look at belts. So now we have a nice search with actual parts. If we look let's look at lens. All the lenses come up. And you see the different cones for the Muse Fiber, Muse 3D. And what else? What else is a good part to look up? Mirror. Yeah, you can get the mirrors. So anything that goes bad, you don't have to talk to support and say, you know, that takes a while through that process, emailing them, calling in, getting an email, sending pictures back and forth, what machine you have. Now you can just purchase the part you need. If you know your laser well enough and you know the part you need, now you can order it very easily. So yeah, we had a lot of people ask for that sort of situation, and we made it happen. Anything you guys want, need from us, it eventually will happen. I know we've done a lot of software upgrades where it were actually suggested by you, the user, and we did it. It just takes a little, a little longer than everybody hopes, really. Good things take time. So that's what I wanted to show you. It still has the great stuff like Laser 101, our free projects, certifications, all that good stuff. So that is the new website. Let us know how you feel about it. I think it's a lot easier to use.
Definitely more user-friendly, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Still have the software tab if you want to try the software, or download the old software, or get updates.
Very nice.
Look at that little baby. Baby Max. So yeah, that's pretty good, right? We covered a lot today, I think.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I will say, it's a bit hot in here.
Sorry,
I think they cut off the AC in this room, which is like not cool.
You
Right.
getting faint over there?
Yeah, man, it's with all these lights, being a star.
Sorry, did I laugh out loud? I'm sorry.
Shine bright like a diamond. Now, I think we have our Q&A, right?
Yeah.
Boom. Q&A. Do we have any questions?
We do, yeah. So let me
Because we
scroll
got
back up to the top,
answers.
because we had one pretty early.
Alrighty.
Okay, so Lena Dyer says that I have a question for the question segment. I'm unable to run perimeter when the rotary is attached. I'm super new to RE3. I had been using RE2 for the past year, so I'm not sure if I'm missing something. Any help is appreciated.
Well, it sounds like you were running RE2 for an extremely long time. And so you just got the update. I'm assuming it's for Muse, right? Let's see. In the newest software, run perimeter. Actually, it's probably not the newest. That's for Lena, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Lena, please reach out in the comments and let us know what version of the software you have. I know it was either a couple back that we did have that issue and it was fixed in the latest update.
Gotcha.
I know
it
that
could be
for
that
sure.
It hasn't updated.
Has an update to the latest version, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, let us know if that's the case. If you can find out what.
I mean,
version you're on.
some things can happen if you are on RE2 and so many updates have happened, and then you finally. I'm assuming that her update took a lot longer than somebody who is on a newer version of RE3.
Right.
You know, it's just things happen, but I do believe you're not on the latest version of the software. Latest version.
Got it. Okay. Oh, hang on. I think she just responded. She said, "I just replaced my controller board last week. Should be relatively new."
Okay. Well, I believe 1.8. I believe it was 1.8. I believe 1.8 had that rotary perimeter issue that was fixed in the last patch. So, if you do not have it or you don't know what to do, feel free to give us your MAC address and I can check to see if you're on the latest version.
Yep. And if you'd like to do that, if you just send a Facebook message to Full Spectrum Laser, myself and Walker see those immediately. So.
Yeah, we'll check it out for you. See if you're on the latest. If not, we'll push you the latest if you are connected to Wi-Fi.
She said, "I didn't update myself, so I'm not entirely sure. I will look into updating."
Okay, wonderful.
Perfect.
If you need help, again, reach out.
Yep. Jim Barbour says, "When we get to questions, can you do a walkthrough of the difference between threshold in RE1 on the hobby and RE3? They seem to behave differently."
Threshold. So, Jim, I have RE1 at home. So this is a great question for me. I don't think anybody else uses RE1.
I started right when we full on switched to RE3, so
Yeah. Alrighty. So RE1 still, as I could ask the software and I could get back to you, Jim, but as far as I know, threshold is exactly the same. So RE3 is taken, obviously, from all the awesome things we built from RE1, moved it over, changed some things, moved things around, but it should function exactly the same. I do know when it comes to JPEGs, bitmaps, pixel data, that threshold, it doesn't default to threshold, which RE1 does. It does default to dither. It should default to dither in RE3 now.
I think it does.
So you click threshold, obviously, and adjust the slider. I would say that representation is different in RE3. RE3, remember, it's web-based. It kind of does some things to save on memory. If you notice, an image doesn't look as good as it does when it comes out in RE3 because the render is a little less than it should be visually and how it comes out because it's just trying to save on that data.
It also, there's definitely a difference from when you're zoomed out to if you're zoomed in.
Oh, yeah.
Because it renders it differently if you're looking at the entire threshold image versus if you zoom in, you get a little more.
We'll actually show the actual representation rather than the, the generated representation. And that's for scaling issues. That way it doesn't have to scale that whole thing. Honestly, more so for software guys, and I can ask, but I haven't noticed any differences, just in representation for sure. I don't know if output. I know RE3 versus RE1, the power output is a little different if you have a 90 watt versus a 90 watt RE1 and 90 watt RE3. There's just a little different power settings because we also have turbo mode with the new one, all sorts of other options.
Right.
So I hope that answers the question kind of. I really haven't noticed RE1 being different.
Okay. Let me see here. John Dizzle asked after the fiber video, and this is actually a good question, something that we didn't talk about.
Mm-hmm.
On a fiber, can you change the wavelength to engrave different colors?
So there are certain fiber lasers that you can, and it gets a ton of different colors. And with ours, you can do the same thing.
Okay.
So it's all about the frequency that you hit the actual material with. And it's really cool because it has to do with the way light refracts off it, like light does. Every color is just the way light bounces off of it. And as the different frequency
Easy for you to say.
frequency hits the actual material, it changes the shape of the actual surface, you know, obviously changing the light output, which is pretty cool. Because you can do, very easily, you can do a white mark on in like aluminum, or a dark mark on aluminum, just changing the frequency and the actual focus.
Cool.
Yeah.
Jim Barber also says, I see a bunch on the forum about 3D lasering. I recall something about that in RE1. On the hobby, how does 3D work, or does it work at all?
So RE1, that was in beta. When it came to the 3D engraving, what it did was actually take an image and kind of slice it into different layers and run them independently. If I remember correctly, RE1, it's been a while, you know, playing with those extra features, but that's what it did. And technically, you can, technically all engravings are 3D engravings, but I know what you're talking about, and mostly it has to do with file setup. I've seen some cool 3D images where somebody set up the file and has like 5 different layers, 5 different like power settings, obviously, and then ran them all at different times. It's a huge setup. I know other companies, they say they can do 3D engraving, and it's all file. It's all file and speed. That's really about it. Those 3D engravings take a ton of time unless you have like a very high-end system that goes and pulses with like a metal tube.
Gotcha.
If that.
Okay. Let's see, what else we got? Oh, regarding your it being hot in here question, or comment, Joshua Cornish says, just be glad it isn't snowing.
Oh no,
And,
Mr. Snow himself. I
ha 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 ha. Never heard that before.
No, really?
Yeah. And then John Dezel said it snowed in Michigan yesterday morning.
That's wonderful. I wish it snowed here. I wish.
I don't. It
Really?
snows in Mount Charleston. We can drive to it if we want to.
No, I love the snow.
So go up to Mount Charleston.
I was born in the desert, so every time I see snow, I'm just like, this is so amazing.
I love it until you like have to go somewhere.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I don't mind driving in it. It's just everybody else is awful.
Yeah. I honestly, like, if it's coming down, and you're going down a hill, either skiing or snowboarding, that's my least favorite of the snow. Like, if it's just stagnant snow, that's fine. But if it's, like, coming down as you're, like, face planting each, you know, little, you know, or you're sitting on the lift, and it's just, like, coming at you, it's like, no, I'm okay. So, yeah. Yeah.
And then Joshua Corna says, here in upstate New York, it snowed like crazy on Mother's Day.
That's good.
So
That's
people got
nice.
a lot of snow. I know my parents got snow a couple days ago
And does,
in New Jersey.
oh, I was going to say, your mom makes mittens, but she doesn't make mittens.
No.
No, that's somebody else. Sorry to mix you up, man.
Jim Barber says, thanks, that helps. I'll PM with specific issues I'm having.
Wonderful.
About
I look forward
threshold.
to your message, Jim. I know I also told Jim we were going to cover taking the Muse floor off and making a large file with the Muse and then moving it over.
Yeah, and that's on the docket still.
Yeah, that video is still being made, so we'll be there. We're going to show how to how to use the Muse without the floor on it, and do bigger objects, and then do pass through with the Pro big objects, and then we have a new product with the Z table, a Z table for the Muse.
Nice.
It's pretty cool. It's actually really exciting. You can roll like a huge object under there, and then just laser engrave it.
Nice.
It's
That's awesome.
it really extends like ease of use when it comes to the removable floor. It's
Yeah.
exciting.
That's very cool. Joshua Cornish says, parking lot donuts and drifting are the best part of the snowstorms up here. I agree. Did that all the time when I lived in Pittsburgh.
Drifting?
Yeah, don't tell my mom.
No, I won't.
All right, good.
I won't. Yeah.
Definitely didn't do that in my dad's car.
No, definitely not. When I was driving, I thought drifting was pulling the e-brake, you know?
Kinda.
Like, oh, no, you kind of go, and then like And then, like, there's cars, and he said if you're really doing it good, the tires are actually going this way. That was not good. Not a good outcome for me. Yeah. But one time I did pull the e-brake and go into a Jack in the Box parking lot, really smooth. It was nice.
My mom just goes, what?
What? All right. Well.
Just empty parking lots, just popping the e-brake, just sliding a little bit.
It happens. Yeah.
And like drift race in the Galant.
Galant? Oh, man.
That was my car. I bought it from my dad. I love
Yeah.
that car.
Must have had a lot of girlfriends.
I don't want to talk about it. Anyway, Susan McKenzie says, so contemplating purchasing one.
Susan, I think you are on the right track.
We won't talk you out of it.
But again, that's just a very unbiased opinion of mine.
Completely unbiased.
I have no thoughts on it. It's just, it's just the best.
I mean, coming here, having used lasers before working here, our lasers are awesome. They really are really cool.
I think so too.
The software especially.
I think lasers in general are amazing, awesome machines where, like the gear project, there were so many little things that I had to tweak, and it, from iteration to iteration, it only took me a couple of minutes to actually mess up and fix it. And then when it comes to ease of use, I think ours are top notch. Not only that, we have super awesome videos.
Yeah.
It's a given.
Yeah, whoever their video guy is.
Yeah.
Should keep up the good work.
Great dude. Great dude.
Joseph E. Goodwin asks, I have a 36 by 24 Pro. The magnet isn't strong enough. How can I fix it?
The magnet isn't strong enough. So I'm assuming, because this happens all the time, now let's not assume, but I am assuming that the magnet on the Pro, everybody thinks it needs to be flat and flush. That's not the case. It has one point of contact, and that's why it's made to pivot. Now that thing is supposed to pivot like this. It's not supposed to be flat and flush. It's supposed to be up at the corner touching the actual top of the magnet. You can adjust it. I know that sometimes it seems like it's not doing it, but it might not be closing all the way, because the magnet, I guess if it's old, the magnet could go out. Don't suggest it, but it's a simple jump, or you can get a replacement magnet sensor. That's simple. Sometimes if I have a large project, I need to actually jump the magnet because the lid needs to be open. It's a giant table I'm engraving on, so I do need to do that. But again, just check. Maybe you can let us know in the comment section. We'll get back to you if the actual magnet sensor is kind of crooked looking. And that's the way it's supposed to be.
Gotcha. Very cool.
Yeah? No more questions? Any more questions?
Not at the moment.
No?
No, that's it.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We will be back in 2 weeks. If you guys have any questions, again, comments, concerns. Also, we have the monthly contest, which is this week. It's supposed to be on the show this week, but we will announce it on our new website in the news tab. If you click news, this video will actually be posted along with the contest winner.
Yeah. And if you don't have your submissions in just yet,
You have 2 days.
Yeah. You got a couple days.
Hashtag made with FSL. Just post it on your page.
Yep.
You can just post, hey guys, look at this amazing project I made with this amazing laser. I'm the best. Full spectrum is the best. Hashtag made with FSL. And then we will see it. You'll be entered in the contest, and you will win a free lens of your choice. That's 2.0, 2.5, 5-inch, or 1.5, and $250 off your next purchase.
That's right.
So, hashtag made with FSL. Just post whatever you have. If you guys want to show off the cool stuff you make money with your laser, You know, it could be hashtag made with FSL. I make these coasters and sell them for $100 a piece. Can you believe that? It's amazing. Hashtag made with FSL, and you will be in the contest.
Yep. Just make sure you don't put them in any comments on Facebook, because I will not be able to find them that way. It's got to be its own separate post living by itself.
Yeah, it's like my grandma. I'll post something, and then she'll start a conversation in the comment section. I'm like, oh, I'm great. How are you?
Oh, how are you doing?
That's
It's especially awkward when you're commenting on like someone else's post.
yeah.
Someone you know just starts talking to you.
Oh, hey, how's it going? I don't know. Isn't that picture Brad posted cool? Like, yeah. Please message me. Yeah.
Real quick, Jim Barbour says, how do you jump the magnet? I'm assuming he just wants to know what you mean by
Oh, Jim, simply you just put another magnet against your magnet sensor. We do not suggest it, but if you have to do it, obviously safety reasons. But if you have to do it for a certain job, that's it. You can either put a magnet on it, or if you wanted to, you could just put the wires together.
Right.
Essentially, it's just, you know, connecting that loop. Again, not suggested, safety reasons, but very simple. I just used a fridge magnet at one point. Couldn't find anything else.
Right.
So it was like, you know.
Usually when I'm getting footage, we typically have to do that just so we can have the bed open and actually kind of see what's going on.
Yeah, we don't want all our footage like from
Like peeking through
outside with a
through
glare.
the window. Yeah.
Yeah.
Joshua Cornish says, great job, guys. As always, FSL just keeps getting better and better and better.
Thank you, Josh.
Just better and better. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I added that embellishment. I'm sorry.
2 more betters?
Just 2 betters.
Okay.
Better and better.
I don't know about that. We are getting better, better, and better, though. Right?
All right, if you say so.
No, thank you, Josh. We try. We try all the time, kind of push the envelope. We have some awesome things down the pipeline. I mean, we got some very cool stuff.
We do. I'm excited.
I mean, it's going to be like amazing, and then maybe a month later, amazing. So we have lots of surprises and tons of awesome videos coming. I'm excited about it. I mean, I'm excited. I feel like I just woke up. I'm excited talking about it. So
I have 2 more really quick questions, and then we're going to have to sign off here. Where can I send questions to? That's from Susan McKenzie. If you you can send questions via comments. You can also send them like a private message on Facebook if you just go to our page and hit message. If you send it, myself and Walker have access to those, and we will see those immediately. You can also submit them on Instagram, you know.
yeah, any if you tsnow@fslaser.com, he'll answer any of your questions.
That too.
Message us on Facebook, all that good stuff. I would say if it's a support issue, probably go straight to support. If it's something you know I can help you with, just message us on Facebook and we'll get to you.
Yep. And then Joshua Cornish asked, what criteria wins the contest?
Criteria. That's great. So it's whatever we feel that day.
Pretty much.
So we got all our lineup for like the Made with FSLs, and a couple of days before the contest needs to be entered, we say, man, I'm really feeling geared projects right now. And then we give it to you. Typically, you know, like if it's somebody that watches all the time, they post all the time, we'll give it to them. If they make a project that we've made, like one of our 100 projects, free projects, and they've remixed it, they'll win.
Right.
Just really,
a lot of
just
the time,
feed the ego.
Right. I feel like the only, like, I don't want to say rule, but sometimes things that I will kind of be like questionable about is if it's not your design, I guess. So like you said, if you like remix something, that's super cool. But if you're just like cutting something out that somebody else designed, and
Yeah, I've seen people like, obviously I've seen like the German CNC projects. They're amazing,
yeah,
but you know that was not original.
right. I mean, if you like paint it really nice and like make it look really
Yeah,
cool,
I really think number one, always just dress to impress.
Yeah.
Just impress us.
Yeah.
I
Something that will definitely be at top of our list is like something we haven't seen before. Like something that like a cool new application that you don't see very often. Like stuff like that's always really cool.
Yeah, I mean, really, or just something different.
Yeah.
Like we get a lot of, you know, normal projects, but if you're mass producing for like some sort of crazy production or something like that, I just want to see some cool. I've done this so long that I just want to see something different,
Right.
unusual, like spark some, you know, get the gears going.
Yep.
Definitely gear projects though.
I have the final say, so don't necessarily.
Yeah, Tim does have the say, so he has.
I
the
try to
power.
be fair. I also try not to give repeat winners.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
So if you're making something really awesome, but you've already won, I might give it to somebody else.
Yeah.
Just, you know.
There, I mean, there is a one-time-a-year clause. I know some people have posted over and over, and that's awesome.
Yeah, we still want to see them, like,
yeah,
for sure. And I'll still put you like in the top 3 if I think it is up there for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah. You'll definitely get a shout out at least. That's
Absolutely.
why we try to have that top 3.
Yeah.
At least, you know, give credit where credit's due. Let's say if it's just like a cutout circle, like my first project. Actually, I might give that person, you know.
Number 1, you win.
Yeah, number 1 for cutting circles.
Oh boy. Alrighty.
Yeah, no more questions?
Yeah, that's it.
That's it?
That's it.
Ah, I just got in the groove.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Like the Q&A is like never the one I'm looking forward to, but I don't know. Like
I'm ready to go. Maybe we, yeah. I don't know. We have some cool stuff, like I said, coming. So I think until next time.
Keep making.
Hey there guys, thanks for watching. If you click here, you can subscribe to our channel, or if you click over this way, you can check out some other videos that we've...